Over the past few months, the CDC, basically any medical arm of the federal government, has increasingly, apparently, been brought under the more direct political control of the White House. And we have a great example of that over the past few days. So the CDC, for instance, had posted information on Friday stating that the COVID-19 can transmit over a distance beyond 6 feet, suggesting that indoor ventilation is key to protecting against a virus that has now killed nearly 200,000. We got to catch up for the last couple of days. Now more than 200,000. That's how bad this is. Where the agency previously warned that the virus mostly spreads through large drops encountered at close range, on Friday it had said, quote, small particles such as those in aerosols were a common vector. That was what they had posted. It didn't last long, with Jay Butler, the CDC's deputy director for infectious disease, saying in a Friday update that it was posted in error. Quote, unfortunately, an early draft of a revision went up without any technical review. The edited webpage has removed all references to airborne spread, except for a disclaimer that recommendations based on this mode of transmission are under review, with Butler continuing to say, we are returning to the earlier version and revisiting that process. It was a failure of process at CDC. Okay, so I get that. Sometimes we had a technical problem at the beginning of the show yesterday. So it was a technical problem. Generally, though, medical position papers aren't written as a technical problem.
Yes.
Can it transmit more than 6 feet, or can't it? Because apparently you've written up a document stating that it can. It seems like maybe it was posted publicly as a technical error, but what went into the actual writing of it? What is the state of the spread of COVID-19, and why was it brought up and then immediately taken down? Is it accurate or is it not?
Well, that's the part of the problem that is so bad about the politicization of a crisis response to a pandemic that Trump has thoroughly infected. They have done studies now. If there were to be a vaccine that comes out before Election Day, over half the country, I believe, said that an overwhelming majority, if I'm remembering the numbers correctly, said that they would not feel comfortable taking it. Definitely a majority. And they've done studies further about a vaccine in general, and a lot of people have cited the politicization of the process as brought about by Trump as rushing it and making it connected to Election Day, as having completely shaken their faith in the validity of a vaccine. And that's why his leadership in this pandemic, lack of leadership, is so dangerous, because things that should be normal government proceedings and vetting processes, like what the CDC normally does, they're all cast into doubt, and people don't believe what they're hearing from government agencies. It makes things really dangerous moving forward when you can't have government function on its most basic level in the middle of a crisis, because the president and the party, the Republican Party, has so shaken the faith in just very simple things.
100%. And that's the biggest issue. So I'm assuming at some point we'll understand what actually is going on in this area. I hope. Is it being held for a little bit longer before the election to justify Trump's continued rallies and his lack of advice, for states to comply with this, him continuing to advocate, as he has been up until yesterday, for schools to reopen? Are you sure that that's not what it is? Yeah, I don't know. And I mean, the fact that they cut back on testing, and we have this story about money for the military that was supposed to go towards that being taken away, and taking more centralized control over the reporting of these numbers. I don't know exactly how far the political control over the spread of scientific information has gone, and that's sort of the problem. I don't know that we can know. That's what makes me worried. The information we're getting is horrifying, but God only knows what they're hiding. And we'll see if anything's done about it. I mean, if we can skip ahead, Brian Schatz tweeted the CDC just published scientifically valid information, then pulled it off their website, and this is very likely a scandal. Okay, but is it? Or RBG died that day, so I guess we don't care about it anymore. The ICE detention hysterectomies, I guess we don't care. What does it take for a scandal to actually matter? All of these things would have been massive stories just a handful of years ago, but now it just seems like the solution to anything they're caught having done is to just do something terrible, and then 3 days later do something terrible again.
I don't really have anything to add to that, John, because
I know.
yeah,
I
mean, it's like we're just inundated with it. It's just we're up to our ears in it, and there's no way to see straight. I mean, regular people can't. We can't see straight in the goddamn news. Regular people can't see straight, and that makes it really terrifying. It means actions have zero consequences.
Yeah. Not even the shallow surface consequences. Like when that story came out about the hysterectomies, that was news for a couple of days, which is miraculous in 2020 that a story can break through for a couple of days. And a lot of our elected officials said, that they were horrified by this. Did Republicans need to even pretend to be horrified? Like they have to even pretend for a day or two to care about that or to imply that maybe an investigation is necessary? No.
No,
they can't put out that signal because they have
pro-eugenics party. They're the pro-eugenics party, and that's fine in a modern day 2020 major political party in the richest country on earth.
Yeah.
And
because if they expressed empathy, they're based. What's that?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just said we're dark today, you and me.
Yeah, well, don't worry. This next story is going to be a light one. No worries. Do we still have that Biden ad? Can we play that from yesterday? Anyway, yeah. Okay. Look, we're going to push through because we do have several more stories to get to. No, there's nothing really light today. Maybe a little bit. Maybe one.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.